What a great riff that is. Of course, it can only be Queensryche with stretches like that. And it is the song I Don't Believe in Love from the 1988 album Operation Mindcrime, which to me is one of the top albums ever. Every single track on there is a gem. And this song to me really is the highlight of the album. And that riff, that is punishment having to play some of them voicings. Mike Wilton, Christy Gamble, they got fingers like Paul Gilbert to play some of these voicings. Such a good riff though, I thought I need to share it with you. Let me show you how to play this riff. So we are going to open up with a C5, which is 3 on the A and 5 on the D. Easiest part of the whole song. Play that and then immediately to an open D. Now we have again some classic Queensryche voicings. We are going to be playing against a pedal on the open D string as well. So we have this. So what am I playing there? I am going across G7 and B10 to a open D string as your pedal. Then we are bringing our second finger into play and we are bringing the 7 still on the 7 on the G, and then we're going to do 8 on the B with that second finger. Pedal D. Now we shift across and our second finger takes the place of the 7 on the G, and our first finger plays the 6 with the pedal back to the D. And then another stretchy one here. First finger jumps back to the 7 and our little finger is going to reach all the way down to 11 on the B. We put that together. Now we go back and repeat our C5 to the D. And we start the riff. But we don't now go back to that stretchy one. We've got more punishment. We are going to move down to a C major chord, but we're also going to be dropping in the sus4, and we are also going to be separating the chord. So we've got the shape where we're doing 3 on the A and then holding down the 5, 5, 5, D, G, and B. And we go. So we got that separation. Then we're going to hammer on our little finger to the 6 on the B. There's where that sus4 is. Now, the punishment. We are going to put our first finger down here. We're going to be playing in a sense like a B flat chord, or B flat 9. You could see this. I've got first finger on that A1. My third finger is holding down D3 and G3. And then my little finger is reaching across and it has to be holding down the G5 and if possible the B5. And again we get that separation. So that last part we get. Then we go back and repeat. To finish, we go back to a B flat. But that really is a monster of a stretch. When I've been doing it in the past, my first finger's decided that it wants to part company with that position, moves up, or I'm holding down the D string and I'm not getting that separation. It's probably worthwhile just practicing getting that movement. That like that, but it really is a pull on the fingers there to get that voicing on that chord like that. let's move on to the clean section. But before we do that, if you're enjoying the video so far, please click on the like button. And if you are not a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Help support what we're doing here and help this channel grow. Now, let's move on to the clean section, which goes like this. And it would keep on repeating through that clean section. So what are we doing there? We have got some great voicings on this. Your first one is a very simple one. It's a D sus2. So it's a D chord with your second finger raised. So we get an open E string. And we're just going to play down from the D chord, from the D string. Next voicing is a B flat with a D in the bass. The way you think about this, if you think of a B flat chord, we are only playing from the D string down, and that has to be the open D string. So we are just going to play the 3 on the G, 3 on the B, and 1 on the high E string. Next chord is a C sus4 with the D in the bass. So again, if we think of a C chord, think of the sus4, which would be moving your little finger out to the 6th fret. We're only going to be focusing again on the D string, which is open. So we end up with open D. Our third finger is playing G5. Little finger is playing B6. And our first finger is playing the high E string on the 5th fret. Now we're going to move to a B flat with a flat 5 and a D in the bass. So what we've got there, it's not as simple to see it, this one. So we are playing an open D. There's our B flat. Then we have got the E, which is giving you that flat 5, because normally it would have been an F, so we get the flat 5 there. And then we have an open E string, which is the same note. So we are just playing. So B flat, flat 5. Now the arpeggios. Well, the first of the arpeggios is a D5 chord. So we are playing a D, we are playing the G2, we're playing the A, and we have got, so we got that shape there of the D, which is like the D sus2, but we are bringing in the A, so we've got D, A, D, A. And arpeggiating, we are doing D string downwards. That's our first arpeggio. A minor 7 with a D in the bass is the next one. So you think of an A minor 7 chord with your little finger playing in the G there. We've got to allow for that open D string. So we're just going to play D, the A on the G string, which is 2, play the B, which is 1 on the B string, and then we've got the G, which is 3 on the high E string. Now we have a D7 sus4 chord, starting from that open D there. So we've got the D, then we have the C, which is the flat 7, hence the D7 effect that we've got from there. Then we have a D, repeated again, and then we have got the G. So we get this D7. sus4, and the sus4 is that G. Now, you could see the next chord as the same thing moved down, which it literally is. We're just going to be moving down. So we're playing 0, 3, 1, 1, but it's not voiced as that. It's a D minor 7 with a sharpened 5. We think of our D minor 7 chord, open string D, 2 on the B, and then holding down the first fret on the B and the high E string. But we got a sharpened 5, which is now giving us that 3-1-1. So that's the same as that, but moving down. But we are seeing it as a D minor 7 with a sharpened 5. So 0, 3, 1, 1, and then he just plays an open E. And then he's back to his chords again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, arpeggio. Like that. So that is the main line that is played, the chords and the voicings that are played through the clean section. Of course, the chorus line is the same as the intro when we go back to the overdriven guitars. So that is all of the section, really, the main riffs from the song. The only thing that is missing is the guitar solo. But I've got some good news for you. The guitar solo is now available on my premium channel. I am covering it note for note with on-screen tablature. Link is below. You can check it out. I've also got a preview of me doing the playthrough with the backing track of the solo. So do check it out. Premium channel, subscription channel, but it's got a lot more in-depth lessons than what I could possibly cover on the YouTube channel. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed this relatively short lesson, but we have covered a lot of work, and of course, we've got that horrible stretchy chord for you to enjoy working on. If you have enjoyed the lesson, do smash that like button, and please consider subscribing to the channel. Well, I'm going to let you go, get into this, and enjoy yourself. So until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker, wishing you well. I'll speak to you real soon. Till then, goodbye.